Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar, and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says growth, development and connectivity of the Northeast is a priority of the government. Launches Mahabahu Brahmaputra initiative and several development projects in Assam. Foreign envoys delegation in Jammu briefed on the developments in Jammu and Kashmir. Pariksha Pe Charcha program with the Prime Minister to be held online and will be open to students all over the world. National COVID-19 recovery reaches 97.32%, over 94 lakh beneficiaries vaccinated so far. And in Australian Open tennis, Naomi Osaka to clash with Jennifer Brady in the finals. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a message of precaution to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. And now, the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the development of Assam is the priority of the centre and the government is continuously working on it. He stressed that all should work together to make Northeast a strong pillar of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. He was speaking after launching the Mahabahu Brahmaputra project in Assam today. The Prime Minister also laid the foundation stone of Dhubri Bhulbari Bridge and performed Bhumi Pujan for the construction of Majuli Bridge during the function.
भारत रत्न डॉक्टर भूपेन हजारिका जी ने कभी लिखा था, महाबाहु ब्रह्मपुत्र महामिलनर तीर्थ कला कत जुग धीरे आही छे प्रकाश की हमनवर अर्थ, यानी ब्रह्मपुत्र का विस्तार बंधुत्व का, भाईचारे का, मिलन का तीर्थ है। सालों साल से ये पवित्र नदी मेल जोल का, कनेक्टिविटी का पर्याय रही है। लेकिन ये भी सही है कि ब्रह्मपुत्र पर कनेक्टिविटी से जुड़े जितने काम पहले होने चाहिए थे उतने नहीं हुए। इस वजह से असम के भीतर भी और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के अन्य क्षेत्रों में कनेक्टिविटी हमेशा एक बड़ी चुनौती बनी रही। महाबाहु ब्रह्मपुत्र के आशीर्वाद से अब दिशा में तेजी से काम हो रहा है।
Addressing the gathering virtually, Prime Minister said that it is the historic day for the people of Majuli as well as for the Northeast. He said that connectivity was a big challenge for the Northeast, but rapid progress has been made in this direction of late. Mr. Modi said that the long-awaited demand is being fulfilled for the people of Majuli with the construction of the bridge.
कनेक्टिविटी से जुड़े इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर निरंतर बल दिया जा रहा है। रोडवेज, हाईवेज, एयरवेज, वाटरवेज, इसके साथ साथ गैस ग्रिड, गैस पाइपलाइन का भी आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, ऑप्टिकल फाइबर का नेटवर्क का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, पावर ग्रिड की व्यवस्था, ऐसे अनेक काम नॉर्थ ईस्ट में एक प्रकार से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का जाल बिछाया जा रहा है।
The Prime Minister further said that the Dhubri Phulbari Bridge would help several northeastern states. He said that the growth and progress in the northeast got a momentum during the rule of the former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, and the present government has given further momentum to it. He said that waterways would play an important role in connecting northeastern region with the Southeast Asian countries. The Prime Minister added that today's project would give a boost to the tourism sector in Assam. Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari said that 1 lakh crore rupees project to be started in Assam in the coming days. He said that due to the introduction of new technology project, cost of the Jorhat-Majuri bridge could be reduced. Mr. Gadkari said that construction of Jorhat-Majuri bridge and Dhubri-Phulbari bridge would give a major boost in the connectivity for Assam and Meghalaya.
मुझे खुशी है, इस ब्रिज के कारण हमने काफी रिसर्च किया और इस ब्रिज को पूरा करने के लिए इसकी लंबाई 6.75 किलोमीटर है और मुझे इस बात की खुशी है कि टेक्नोलॉजी का अपग्रेडेशन करके जो 4,500-5,000 करोड़ में जो ब्रिज बन रहा था, वो ब्रिज की लागत 925 करोड़ रुपए आई है और जो यूपी ब्रिज कारपोरेशन को ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया गया है वो 620 करोड़ रुपए में उनको इस कार्य का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया गया है। और निश्चित रूप से सर्बानंद जी सोनवाल जी के चुनाव के समय मैंने माजुली की जो जनता को जो आश्वासन दिया था, जो विश्वास दिया था, वो 2 साल के अंदर पूरा करने की, हम ब्रिज निर्माण करने के ये विश्वास को आपके साथ जो रखा आपने हमारे ऊपर, इस कार्य को पूरा करने की कोशिश होगी।
Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal lauded the initiatives of Prime Minister Narendra Modi for the development of the northeastern region. Mr. Sonowal said that it was a great day for the people of Majuli. The delegation of foreign envoys from Europe and Africa on a 2-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir was today briefed by top officials of the Indian Army and J&K Police about the security situation in the Union Territory. Police sources told AIR News that the envoys were briefed about the Indian Army's role in making terrorists surrender, about infiltration from LOC and support of Pakistan Army in infiltration, harboring terrorists, training camps and seizure of weapons supplied by Pakistan. More from our correspondent.
The delegation was briefed about various programs including community engagements, counter-radicalization, the police initiatives in sports, employment opportunities, counseling and community bond schemes for those who shun the gun and surrender. The envoys were also briefed about the situation after the abrogation of Article 370, decrease in incidents of stone pelting and the conduct of peaceful DDC elections in the Union Territory and the overall security situation, especially attempts of Pakistan to push infiltrators into India through the LOC, and also about the frequent ceasefire violations. The delegation met the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and Chief Justice of J&K High Court in Jammu today. They will also meet newly elected DDC members and representatives of some social organizations. Grassroots democracy, decentralization and initiatives of the government for peaceful situation remain the focus of envoys' interactions in Jammu and Kashmir. Nasir Rathir, AR News, Jammu.
Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has announced that the 4th edition of Prime Minister's Interaction Program with school students, teachers and parents, Pariksha Pe Charcha, will be held next month. In his video message, Mr. Nishank also said that the registration process for the forthcoming Pariksha Pe Charcha program has begun, which will be open till the 14th of March. He informed that this time the program will be held virtually. He said the participants of this program to be selected through an online competition, which will be organized by MyGov platform. Mr. Nishank also informed that the portal for online creative writing competition will remain open till the 14th of March.
इसमें 5 विषय दिए हैं, जैसे छात्रों के लिए विषय है परीक्षा त्योहार की तरह है, उन्हें मनाएं। दूसरा विषय छात्रों के लिए है अतुल्य भारत यात्रा और खोज। तीसरा विषय है जैसा कि एक यात्रा समाप्त होती है और एक शुरू होती है। चौथा विषय है आकांक्षा कुछ बनने के नहीं कुछ करने के सपने देखो, केवल बनने के लिए कुछ करने के सपने देखना। और 5वां है आभारी रहे। ये 5 जो विषय हैं ये छात्र छात्राओं आपके लिए हैं, जबकि आधारित शिक्षकगण के लिए ऑनलाइन शिक्षा प्रणाली, इसके लाभ व इसे और बेहतर कैसे बनाया जा सकता है। अभिभावक को माता पिता के लिए है विषय कि आपके शब्द आपके बच्चे की दुनिया बनाते हैं, जैसे आपको पता है, उन्हें प्रोत्साहित करें जैसा कि आपने हमेशा किया भी है।
A detailed report from our correspondent.
Pariksha Pe Charcha is a much-awaited annual event where the Prime Minister responds to questions related to examination stress and related areas posed by students in his uniquely engaging style in a live program. The questions related to dealing with examination stress from school students of class 9 to 12 will be invited through MyGov platform, and selected questions will be featured in the program. About 2,000 school students, teachers and parents from all across the country are to be selected through an online creative writing competition designed specifically for them on MyGov platform. There are different topics assigned for students, parents and teachers in this contest. The applicants can also pose their questions on this platform. The selected participants will take part in the program online from their respective state and union territories headquarters and will be presented with a special Pariksha Pe Charcha kit. The CBSE class 10th and 12th board examinations will commence from 4th of May, and the Pariksha Pe Charcha program will be helpful for the students to appear in exam without any stress. Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
Union Home Minister and senior BJP leader Amit Shah has said that once BJP forms government in West Bengal, all the central schemes related to tourism will be implemented in the state, and the Ganga Sagar Mela will be included in the international tourist circuit. After visiting Ganga Sagar today, he said that it will be developed into an international tourist spot. Mr. Shah alleged that the ongoing work of Namami Gange project from Gangotri to Ganga Sagar has been stalled in Bengal and asserted that after BJP comes into power, the project will be completed.
गंगोत्री से गंगा सागर तक गंगा के शुद्धिकरण का नमामि गंगे कार्यक्रम चला है, मगर वो बंगाल आकर रुक जाता है। मुझे पूरा भरोसा है कि यहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी, तब बंगाल से गंगा सागर तक भी नमामि गंगे पूरा होगा और हम ये सुनिश्चित करेंगे हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद कि यहाँ पर केंद्र सरकार की जितनी भी टूरिज्म की योजनाएं हैं उसको सफलता से हम लागू करें और उत्तरायण का मेला जो यहाँ लगता है उसको अंतर्राष्ट्रीय टूरिस्ट सर्किट में स्थान देकर इसको बहुत बड़ा टूरिस्ट स्पॉट बनाकर इस जगह के महात्म्य को दुनिया भर में हम प्रसिद्ध करें।
The Union Home Minister was speaking to reporters after visiting Kapil Muni Ashram. He will be attending a public meeting at Namkhana in South 24 Parganas district and flag off the fifth and last phase of BJP's Porivartan Jatra. The senior BJP leader will be joining a refugee family for lunch at Narayanpur village. Late in the afternoon, the minister will be visiting Sri Aurobindo Bhavan in Kolkata. Mr. Shah arrived in Kolkata late last night and visited the Kolkata headquarters of Bharat Sevashram Sangha earlier this morning. He offered prayers, took part in Aarti and paid tributes to the founder of the Sangha, Swami Pranabanando Maharaj on his 125th birth year. Senior BJP leaders Dilip Ghosh, Mukul Roy, Tathagat Roy were also present.
The Prime Minister will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of key projects of power and urban sector in Kerala tomorrow through video conferencing. He will inaugurate the 320 kV Pugalur-Thrissur power transmission project. The Prime Minister will also dedicate to the nation the 50 megawatt Kasargod solar power project. It has been developed under the National Solar Energy Mission. The Prime Minister will also address the convocation of Vishwa Bharati University tomorrow through video conferencing. A total of 2,535 students will receive their degrees during the ceremony. Vishwa Bharati was founded by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore in 1921. It is the oldest central university in the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Sultan of Oman, Haitham bin Tariq, have agreed to maintain close cooperation in the joint fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Modi spoke with the Sultan of Oman yesterday. During a telephonic conversation, the Sultan expressed his appreciation for the COVID-19 vaccines supplied by India to Oman. The Prime Minister congratulated the Sultan on completion of 1 year of his reign and for his Vision 2040 for Oman. Both leaders also appreciated the role of the Indian diaspora in enhancing the economic and cultural ties between the two strategic partners.
The Telangana Governor, Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan, was sworn in as the new Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Puducherry at the Raj Nivas today. Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, administered oath of office to the LG. More from a Puducherry correspondent.
While talking to media persons, Dr. Tamilisai said that she would render all possible help to the government and the people in getting assistance. She further requested the people to take a COVID-19 vaccine without any fear, which is the need of the hour. Dr. Tamilisai has given the additional charge of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Puducherry. She will discharge the functions of the LG in addition to her own duties with effect from the date she assumes charge of her office, until regular arrangements for the office of Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry are made. Chandramohan, News, Puducherry.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says growth, development and connectivity of the Northeast is a priority of the government. Launches Mahabahu, Brahmaputra initiative and several development projects in Assam. Foreign envoys delegation in Jammu briefed on the developments in Jammu and Kashmir. Pariksha Pe Charcha program with the Prime Minister to be held online and will be open to students all over the world. National COVID-19 recovery reaches 97.32%, over 94 lakh beneficiaries vaccinated so far. And in Australian Open tennis, Naomi Osaka to clash with Jennifer Brady in the final. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
India Radio presents Northeast Diary. Glimpses of the news of the week from the northeastern states.
All about the region, a gateway to Southeast Asia, the developments and the destinations to look forward to.
News from the art, cultural and entertainment world of the northeastern states of India. All this and more.
Every Thursday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. in the evening on 100.1 All India Radio FM News Channel.
Welcome back to the Midday News. The admission process for the entry-level classes for the open seats in private unaided recognized schools in Delhi for academic session 2021-22 has begun today. The Directorate of Education in the national capital had last week notified the admission schedule, bringing respite for anxious parents who have been waiting for the notification for over 2 months. Nursery admissions in around 1,700 schools in Delhi usually begins in the last week of November, but was rescheduled due to the COVID pandemic. Our correspondent has filed a detailed report.
Admission forms for nursery, KG and Class 1 level are available for open seats in private unaided recognized schools in Delhi for academic session 2021-22 from today. Applications will be available till the last date of submission, that is 4th March. In light of the COVID pandemic, the process this year has been made completely online and parents will not have to go to different schools to collect or deposit application forms. The price of the admission forms have also been capped at 25 rupees and purchase of prospectus has been kept optional. The schools will upload the first list of selected candidates on their websites on 20th of next month, whereas the second list of selected children will be released on 25th March. The admission process will conclude on 31st of March. Pragya Devra, AIR News, Delhi.
The budget session of the Odisha Assembly commenced from today. The session began with the Governor, Professor Ganeshi Lal, addressing the members of the Assembly. The session will be conducted in 2 phases from today till the 27th of this month and again from the 12th of March till the 9th of April this year. More from our correspondent.
At the outset, making obituary references to the former member of the House, security personnel and all the corona fighters who had laid down their lives for the service of the people, the governor said that COVID-19 has created havoc globally with severe damage to the public health, economies and social and mental well-being of the communities across the nation. Appreciating the state government's successful management of the pandemic, the governor went on to list out a number of developmental success stories of the government. However, the governor's address began with the opposition uproar over a host of issues including the ongoing border dispute with neighboring Andhra Pradesh, with the opposition Congress finally staging a walkout in the middle of the address. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
In Uttar Pradesh, the budget session of the state legislature began today amid ruckus by the opposition members on the various issues, including new farm laws. This is the first session of the year. Governor Anandiben Patel addressed the joint sitting of both the houses of state legislature. As the proceedings started, the opposition first raised slogans against the state government and then boycotted the governor's speech. This is the second time that the House is run in the backdrop of COVID pandemic restrictions. More from a correspondent.
No sooner the legislature proceedings started with the address of Governor Anandiben Patel, the opposition members raised their voice against government on different issues. Members displayed placards and banners during Governor's address. Governor in her address said that in spite of COVID period, her government has done many things in interest and welfare of people and the state is making all-round development. She said the government has done a lot for farmers, youth, laborers, women and other and various groups of society. According to the schedule announced, the budget will be presented on 22nd of February and it would be the first time paperless budget. The complete budget will be fifth and last budget of the government ahead of assembly election next year. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has asked the ministers to come in house with full preparations to reply opposition's question. As per agenda, the house is to run till 10th March. MS Yadav, AIR News, Lucknow.
The Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, WCCB, has received the Asia Environmental Enforcement Award 2020 awarded by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP. Sharing the information, Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar said that WCCB getting the award twice in 3 years is a testimony of India's commitment towards ending wildlife crime. Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, WCCB, has been this year awarded under the Innovation category. Earlier, the Bureau had received the award in 2018 under the same category.
The COVID-19 recovery rate in the country has touched 97.32%. Health Ministry said in the last 24 hours, 11,987 people were discharged after recovery. Till now, 1,656,845 people have recovered from the COVID-19 infection. In the last 24 hours, 12,881 new cases were reported. With this, total number of cases have reached 1,950,201. The ministry said 101 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. So far, 94,22,228 beneficiaries have been vaccinated. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a workshop on COVID-19 management, experience, good practices and way forward with nearly 10 neighbouring countries today at 3 p.m. India is hosting a secretary-level virtual meeting on COVID-19 management with South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation or SAARC countries today. SAARC nations, including Pakistan, is participating in the workshop, which will be chaired by Union Health Secretary Rajesh Bhushan.
The third India, Australia, Japan, USA Quad Foreign Ministers meeting will be held today with participation of the respective foreign ministers. The Quad meeting will provide an opportunity to continue the useful exchange of views from the last meeting in Tokyo in October last year. The ministers will exchange views on regional and global issues, especially practical areas of cooperation towards maintaining a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific region. They will also discuss ongoing efforts to combat the COVID-19 pandemic, addressing global climate change and other issues of mutual interest. Talking exclusively to AI News, former diplomat Ashok Sajjanhar termed the meeting as very important as it will give strong impulse to the cooperation and collaboration among these four countries.
भारत ने वैक्सीन मैत्री इनिशिएटिव को अभी लॉन्च किया है। हमको मालूम है जो हमने अपने यहाँ पर जो वैक्सीन रोल आउट है उसको हमने 16 जनवरी को शुरू किया पिछले महीने में और उसके तुरंत बाद 4 दिन में जब हमारे यहाँ पर वैक्सीन लगाया ही जा रहा है उसके 4 दिन में ही हमने इसका अपना वैक्सीन मैत्री को और देशों को हमने सप्लाई करना शुरू किया। तो ये भारत का जो इथॉस रहा है, भारत का जो दार्शनिक सोच रही है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की, जो एक पूरा संसार जो है वो एक परिवार के समान है, तो इसीलिए परिवार के सभी सदस्यों की सहायता करनी चाहिए और भारत तो पूरी दुनिया का 60% से ऊपर वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चर करता है। इसीलिए हमने शुरुआत की एक वसुधैव कुटुंबकम को देखते हुए और दूसरा जो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी को लॉन्च किया था जब वो 2014 में आए।
In Bihar, a total of 15,183 healthcare workers took the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine in the past 24 hours. So far, 5,02,806 beneficiaries have been inoculated with vaccine doses since the start of vaccination drive in the state. Meanwhile, 2,59,830 patients have recovered from the COVID-19 infection in the state so far. COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 99.22% in Bihar. This is 1.89 more than the national average. The number of active cases is continuously declining. Currently, only 519 patients are receiving treatment at various hospitals. Maximum 11 cases were reported from Patna. No positive case has been reported from 24 districts.
In Gujarat, school classes for standards 6th to 8th reopened from today across the state. Our correspondent reports that in view of COVID-19, the schools situated in containment zones will remain shut. At present, the attendance is not mandatory for offline classes and present system of online education continues for those who wish to attend classes from home. Schools will have to strictly follow the guidelines issued by the government. Sitting arrangement has also been changed in schools to maintain social distancing. In Karnataka, the cluster outbreak of COVID-19 positive cases in Bengaluru has led to intensified containment measures by Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarpalike. Our correspondent says that the senior officials of the Bengaluru City Corporation held a meeting with the Resident Welfare Association to avoid gatherings that may lead to widespread outbreak of the pandemic. More from our correspondent.
The apartment complex in Bengaluru has turned out to be a COVID super spreader due to the negligence of Resident Welfare Association. Over 100 people are tested positive in this apartment complex. The countermeasures have started here to contain the spread of the pandemic. The chairman of Karnataka Government COVID-19 Technical Advisory Committee, Dr. M.K. Sudarshan, spoke exclusively to AIR News on the super spreader incident.
In a large apartment complex in Bangalore city where there was a party event event that was arranged in an air-conditioned hall. There was a large assembly, and if we let our guard down and get into these kind of activities, this will lead to problems.
Sudhindra for AIR News from Bengaluru.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program tonight will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. Rupali Malik, senior physician from Safdarjung Hospital, New Delhi, will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free telephone number 1-800-11-5767. One can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on a Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. In tennis, 22nd seed Jennifer Brady of the United States defeated Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic by 4-6, 6-3, 4-6 to enter the finals of the Australian Open. With this, the women's title clash is now set, and it will be Naomi Osaka versus Jennifer Brady. Earlier, Naomi Osaka rebounded from a poor start to beat Serena Williams in straight sets to book her place in the Australian Open final. World number 3 Osaka beat the 23-time Grand Slam singles winner 6-3, 6-4. Late in the day, in the men's singles semi-finals, 8-time winner Novak Djokovic will take on world number 114 Aslan Karatsev. The 27-year-old Russian qualifier Karatsev defeated 18-seeded Grigor Dimitrov of Bulgaria in the quarterfinals. He became the first man in the professional era to reach the semi-finals of his first major tennis tournament. On the other hand, Djokovic crushed Germany's Alexander Zverev to reach his 39th Grand Slam semi-final.
Senior Officer of Indian Information Service N. Venudhar Reddy today took over as the Principal Director General of All India Radio News. He belongs to 1988 batch of IIS. Prior to this assignment, he was working as Joint Secretary in the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management under the Finance Ministry. Mr. N.V. Reddy has earlier served as Additional Director General in the Bureau of Outreach and Communication. He brings with him a vast experience in media planning and management, administration and news gathering. He has also served in various capacities earlier with All India Radio News and Doordarshan News. Mr. Reddy replaces Jaydeep Bhatnagar, who is now posted as Officer on Special Duty to the Press Information Bureau, or PIB. Mr. Bhatnagar will take over as the Principal Director General of PIB from 1st of March. Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. National capital Delhi experienced moderate fog in the morning. Minimum temperature recorded was 10 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 28 degrees. Mumbai is expected to have mainly clear sky with temperature varying between 22 and 29 degrees Celsius. Chennai will have partly cloudy sky. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky. Jammu will have mainly clear sky. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature recorded in the city was -1 degree Celsius, while it is expected to rise up to around 17 degrees. Leh will see mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was -10 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 5 degrees. Gilgit will also have mainly clear sky. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. Temperature will vary from 7 to 25 degrees Celsius. And in Dehradun, the minimum temperature was 10 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 26 degrees. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says growth, development and connectivity of the Northeast is a priority of the government. Launches Mahabahu Brahmaputra initiative and several development projects in Assam. Foreign envoys delegation in Jammu briefed on the developments in Jammu and Kashmir. Pariksha Pe Charcha program with the Prime Minister to be held online and will be open to students all over the world. National COVID-19 recovery reaches 97.32%. Over 94 lakh beneficiaries vaccinated so far. And in Australian Open tennis, Naomi Osaka to clash with Jennifer Brady in the finals. And with that, we end the Midday News.